Good day. My name is Dr. Suresh Ramanathan, Head of Rates and FX Strategy at RHB Group Treasury and Global Markets. Today, we shall discuss pivotal levels in foreign exchange markets that would be helpful in your decision on timing your foreign exchange hedging. We shall discuss the ringgit against the US dollar, euro, and pound sterling, as well as pivotal levels in the G10 currency markets. In the Asian space, we shall look at ringgit against selected Asian currencies and key pivotal levels as well. The gist being able to identify levels for hedging foreign exchange exposure. One may assume that given volatility in currency markets, risk of a second wave of COVID-19 infection, and the uncertainty of whether a V or U-shaped economic recovery, is this the best of times to hedge their foreign exchange exposure? We look at ringgit against some major currency pairs. The ringgit is neutral against the euro, but remains on a depreciation mode against both the US dollar and pound sterling. What this tells us is that on a rebased term since 1st of July 2019, the ringgit is relatively at around the same level against the euro. For exporters and importers that need to hedge their exposure against the euro, this is an opportunity, while for exporters that have receivables in US dollars and pound sterling, it's an opportunity to lock in their conversions instead. The euro against the ringgit pair, though, has moved higher, but on a rebased levels, it is still considered rather neutral. In the major currency space, we note liquidity infusion into the bond and money markets is on an ever-going process as central banks have cut rates to an extremely low levels. With much liquidity in the system and growth trajectory remaining uncertain, accompanied with a second wave of COVID-19 infection, we note some of the key top and bottom levels for these currencies may prevail in the next 3 months. The euro, for instance, is expected to stay within 110 to 115 given the European Central Bank's bond buying program and its attempts to keep bond yields low. The euro, as well as the Australian and New Zealand dollars, are subject to persistent risk aversion trades, where the US dollar and the Japanese yen tends to come out on tops. Closer to Asian-based currencies, the Australian dollar, the offshore Chinese yuan, and the Singapore dollar, we note a similar pattern is being played out. The ringgit is neutral against both the Singapore dollar and the offshore Chinese yuan, but has depreciated against the Australian dollar. For importers that need to make payments in Australian dollars, perhaps they can hold on since the currency has appreciated against the ringgit. The key here is to be able to time the hedges and to identify significant levels. In this space, the ringgit against the Australian dollar shows the ringgit has depreciated significantly, where the top side is at 301, and we may instead look for levels that are lower before engaging on hedges. The current monetary policy easing that has occurred in a number of Asian economies, dire economic data releases for April and May, which was at the height of the lockdown in a number of countries, has instead provided us the ability to identify some key levels in Asian currencies against the US dollar. On this space, we note the ringgit is broadly within the 4.20 and 4.30 range against the US dollar, while the Singapore dollar is envisaged to be within 135 and 145 range. These broad ranges should hold, bearing any outlying factors that affect the global economy in the next 3 months. But the assumption remains that a recovery is to be expected as we progress in the next 2 quarters of the year. Thank you for listening to this podcast. We hope for a better second half of the year.